Welcome everybody. I'm here today at eMerge America, one of the great events that we have down here in South Florida. Right now, I'm just walking through the streets and the avenues of eMerge America, and I'd like to introduce you to a gentleman that I met, and we're going to talk to him a little bit about this event. Please introduce yourself for our audience.
Hi, Jaret Davis, co-managing shareholder of the Miami office of GreenbergTraurig and a proud co-founder of eMerge Americas.
Great. So, Jared, eMerge America is such an interesting event. It brings together so many different things. How does it bring you here?
Well, from the get-go, the genesis of eMerge came from a desire to accomplish two things. We had seen how the Miami ecosystem was accomplishing great things, but we realized that outside of Miami, people didn't realize it. Simultaneously, we realized that a lot of the innovation that was going on in Miami was happening in pockets, in silos, if you will. And so there was a recognition that we needed a force to do two things. Act as a force of cohesion to bring all those different items together and then simultaneously evangelize to the outside world. And that's where eMerge Americas came from. So what brings me to eMerge Americas is those two great pillars, those two great goals. The goal of evangelizing all the amazing things going on in South Florida to the world, and the goal of bringing together all the different components into one.
So I really get the sense that you're one of the movers and shakers of this event. Can you tell me a little bit how you personally got involved and what your personal goals are for this?
Sure. Well, there were four original founders of eMerge. Our firm, GreenbergTraurig, a growth equity firm known as Medina Capital, one of our clients, Miami-Dade County, and the Knight Foundation. And we've worked with, represented, etc., each of those entities throughout our life. And so when we all came together as a group and we decided that those two pillars I mentioned as a goal, evangelizing Miami-Dade County to the world and being a force of cohesion to bring together all the different silos, we realized we were onto something. And so my goal is to continue that trend. It's funny, we had closed on a major acquisition. We sold Terramark Worldwide Inc. for a $2 billion enterprise value to Verizon. And that's really what sort of sparked the entire thing, because a lot of people expressed surprise. When the news hit in CNBC, Wall Street Journal, etc., people say, wow, there's actually some really interesting tech items going on in Miami. We said, well, you know, that's not a one-off. You have you had Mako Surgical, a thought leader in robotic assisted surgery that sold to Stryker for a couple $2 billion. You had Brightstar, a leader in mobility solutions, was sold to Sprint. And we kept seeing these items go over and over again, the first generation of unicorns, if you will. And as people expressed surprise, we expressed dismay at the surprise, because we realized it meant people just didn't know what was going on out there. And so the goal of eMerge was to reverse all that, and my goal is to continue that.
Well, I'll tell you, I can just feel your excitement. I can see the ambition. I can understand why eMerge America has become one of the best events that we have in this area. What does the future hold for eMerge America?
I think the future holds just continuation of the same, being a fertile ground to continue scaling startups into unicorns and beyond. And once you have that, the beauty of that is, you know, 10, 15 years ago in Miami-Dade County, if you needed to bring in serious tech talent, you always had to convince it to relocate here. Now we're seeing a fertile ecosystem where each of the different companies can feed all the rest. That's where you know you have a healthy and mature ecosystem. So my goal is to just keep continuing that, keep seeing that happen, keep this continuum of support where we constantly cultivate startups to become scale-ups, to become unicorns, to become beyond.
Okay, I really appreciate your time. I'm so glad we had a chance to meet you just here out in the avenues of the event. And what I'd really like to do is be able to get you to give some of the excitement in a quick send-off. I know we're going to have eMerge America next year, but I really want to congratulate you and encourage you on your work between now and then, because that's where it's most important.
We appreciate that. We appreciate support from you guys. This entire conference is here because of folks like you. You were here since the very beginning. So,
great. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Chris Principe, Financial X.